This episode of the podcast is brought to you by patreon.com/lightscameranonsense. Visit patreon.com/lightscameranonsense to help support your favorite new movie podcast. Now, let's roll that reel. In here with way more than you bargained for is when you have also watched a shit ton.
I even gave you homework.
Making it... Oh yeah, I did the homework.
Oh, okay.
I did it. That was one of the things.
Actually, you didn't even have to watch something for that to be the homework. I just wanted something for us to bounce off of, but I guess we got that, so. Yay! Hello everyone and welcome to Lights, Camera, Nonsense, where we give you the latest movie magic you may have missed. I'm Nick, Pledge Allegiance Simmons.
And I'm Zach. Welcome to Earth Smith.
I feel like I got the hint for what your homework answer is already. And on July 3rd, 2021, let's roll into the previews. But before we do that, if you're watching us on YouTube, you're watching us a day late. That's right. We actually throw our videos on our Patreon at patreon.com/lightscameranonsense for only $1, and that's a day early. You can watch our content early, get it the day that we have it recorded, uploaded, and straight thrown on there. And then if you don't have $1 to toss our way, if you want to go get that grilled roller from Taco Bell, I understand. Those things are delicious. You can watch us on YouTube for free, but make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon so that you can get notified every time a new video drops. Or if you don't like looking at us, because you just like, it's too much. Zach's camera is just all kinds of, I can't deal with it. Nick looks gorgeous though. However, if you just want to listen to us in audio form, you can find us on every podcast service available. That includes iTunes, that includes Spotify, that includes Last FM. We're everywhere. Always watching. But let's just move on. Zach, what have you watched this week?
We
disappoint the viewers, disappoint the listeners. Go ahead.
Yes. Before we jumped into our session here, I did come with bearing some bad news, and that I completely failed in my duties as co-host of this podcast.
Job.
Were I to be put in front of a firing squad, they would say this is because you didn't watch enough this week. Mm-hmm. And I would be like, well, what about all the other weeks which I don't watch enough? And they'd be like, I don't know. This last time is the last straw, so you're fucked. But I did watch some things. You gave a homework assignment.
I did.
You texted me to find what I thought was, quote, the most American film to watch.
It being the day before Independence Day in the United States for our overseas listeners and watchers.
Yes, indeed. And I immediately responded with, done. I automatically know what this is because there's only one right answer.
What is that?
And that's Independence Day, sir.
Why is it the most American movie?
The most American movie, coincidentally, shot by a non-American director.
Roland Emmerich.
Yeah. I think plays up to the ideals of what, like, people want America to be, right? It's like, here's reality right here, and this whole fucking thing. And then over here is the fantasy of Independence Day.
Right.
Where we're still pretty fucked up. Like, there's some problems there for sure. But, you can
walk away from explosions pretty easily, right?
Yes. Our dogs are bred.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Labradors are bred to jump out of the way of an explosion at the last second because they're just they know their craft. They're weaving a tale for you.
I don't know why you got to mess with one of the most perfect shots in that entire film.
Dude. Okay, so that is a shot that, of course, sticks in your head forever, right? Like, that's never coming out.
Yeah.
I can't remember legitimately the last time I actually sat down and watched Independence Day. So this was a little bit of a treat for me. I say that. It was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. But the shot of the dog jumping into, like, the stairwell at the last second as the basically nuclear explosion ravages the LA streets right behind it. and he's like superimposed in front of the explosion background as he just gets out of the way at the last second. I was fucking dying. I had to I worried legitimately that I would not be able to finish the movie because I was laughing so much.
Really? None of the Uncle Eddie, I can't remember. Randy Quaid, because that guy's fucking insane. But him flying into the spaceship going, honey, I'm home.
No, it's boys, I'm back.
Oh, no, you're right. That makes sense. Yeah, because
to be fair, I literally just watched it. So.
That's... it's been a few years since I've seen it. And I think it's like a holiday classic, really. It's like a staple of July 4th. A lot of people watch Independence Day. You'll see it on like USA or TNT.
Oh yeah. Views. I'm sure. Like I watched it on HBO Max, and I'm sure that they're probably like, yeah, there it is. Like the 120% bump on viewership on fucking Independence Day.
That's why we have it on our library.
July.
Yeah. Would you say? So I've never watched the sequel, and I know that we reviewed it on the podcast. Is it required watching?
We did not review it.
Did we not?
We talked about it in passing, I believe, on a Nicknames movie 4th of July episode.
Oh, you're right. Here, I'll throw the thumbnail up there.
I don't believe either one of us has watched it. I haven't watched it, so if you haven't watched it...
What? Zach, we should watch it together. We
could do that, yeah. I hear it's terrible.
All the more reason.
Yeah, so I can't say whether or not it's required viewing, other than the fact that one of the main characters is killed off screen, i.e. Will Smith.
Spoiler alert.
It's the intro to the movie.
Okay.
They're like walking through something, and they're like a hallway or some shit, and there's like, Captain blah blah blah.
Because he didn't want to come back. He's like, I'm too busy with Men in Black 3 or something. That was a few years before. Something. Yeah. I'm too good for sequels, and then he goes on to do like Men in Black or Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys for Life.
No, Boys.
Well, that got way better reviews than Independence Day Resurgence, I think it was.
Yeah.
But go back to my original point. So I was being a little cheeky with my initial like. The most American, movie because it lives up to the ideals. But this is like a legitimately kind of wholesome take on American idealism. It is because what are we doing? We're actually working with the rest of the world to fight off this global threat. That's not what America does. Exactly.
That's sad.
Hey, science is the thing that solves the problem?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, technically it's just one guy hacking an alien mothership.
Science. Yes.
I mean, I guess.
Okay, here's the thing with that thing too is the movie is still quite good. It's a very enjoyable movie. Action pretty much B-movie sort of flair to it. Just a little nonsensical and cheesy, but, sincere in a lot of the places. The last quarter of the movie just kind of falls apart. You have people, like, having conversations. So, Jeff Goldblum, for those who don't know, is one of the main characters in this. And he plays this basically cable station operator who's also, but he's a MIT graduate, so he's just kind of,
he knows technology.
He's really smart, but he's slumming it with us common folks, I guess.
Yeah. What a diamond in the rough, that Jeff Goldblum.
And go figure, he's a divorcee as well. Around the third quarter mark, he is kind of going into a tailspin because they've exhausted pretty much all their options to fight off this alien threat that is encroaching upon the world. And the American government wants to try and nuke them. But
classic America.
Obviously, if they do that, whatever city that the ship that they're targeting is over is going to be,
gone.
in the way. So they are essentially nuking their own country. So he's going into a tailspin about that, and he's also his estranged wife is the president's what do you call it, advisor. So they're all like in the same space. So he's having to deal with like drudging up all those marital problems. Like he loved her, but she loved her career, and oh my god,
like this could all be a movie also, in and of itself, like without the aliens and stuff.
Yes, and also it's all melodrama, right? Like just the whole like the whole human element is just straight up melodrama. There is no subtlety here. Go figure, a Roland Emmerich film doesn't have subtlety. So he's dealing with that. He's dealing with the thought of a American city being nuked by its own administration, and he's going on a bender in the Area 51 hangar. And his dad, who has been with him up to this point, is coming up to him like, "Oh man, what's going on? I don't like seeing you like this. You got to pick yourself up," and blah blah blah. And so they're talking back and forth, and his dad is like, I haven't spoken to God since your mother died.
Judd Hirsch is an American classic. I mean, I just want him to be.
Look, him. Everyone is super good in this movie. Even Randy Quaid, as much of a blight.
Before I knew he was, an insane person. Judd Hirsch is still alive. Good for him.
Yeah, he's still doing. He had like a donut show or something for a while there. I can't remember what it was called.
The Goldbergs. He was on the Goldbergs.
He was on the Goldbergs. Yes. That's probably the most prominent one.
Yeah, most recently. Everything else is just coming out. Anyway, go on.
Everyone's really good, but they're playing all this melodrama straight, so it does have a tendency to come off as a little like
cheesy.
What?
Yeah.
No actual human being would say this like this.
Well, I mean, no.
But
I was gonna say like no human being would be on the top of a skyscraper looking directly up at a UFO. I would think.
No. That is probably the most believable part of the movie is in the beginning when they don't know that the aliens are hostile, and you have a bunch of fucking doofuses at the top of a tower in LA.
I hate that lady.
Going like, "Oh, it's us, welcome,"
like flashing them and everything.
Yeah, they're not that bad. It's PG-13, sir, so no boobies. And PG-13 post Gremlins.
Okay.
So anyway, so his dad is like, "I haven't spoken to God since your mother died." It's sort of like people go through their own troubles. It's all about seeing what you do have in life. And so like that's their conversation. And then like 20 minutes later, keep in mind that was the first time really that his faith is ever mentioned. And so when Goldblum and Smith are about to go off and fight the mothership, because they got to upload the virus from inside the mothership to take down the shields for all their like
little mini ships.
Little, not the mini ships, but the mini ships. Not the really small ones,
not the croissants that
yes, exactly.
Pillsbury croissants, which I'm now hungry for.
So they're about to go fly up into space and do that, and I'm now totally blanking on what the dad hands. I can't remember what Judd Hirsch hands Jeff Goldblum as like a "in case you need it" sort of thing, and it was like here's your faith in humanity restored, and I don't remember what that was that he handed him. But then Goldblum goes away for like 5 seconds and then comes back with a yarmulke and a Jewish Bible.
Yeah.
He's like, "in case you need it." Like, oh, like a sort of his actual faith, his religious faith has been restored in this one scene.
I'm so okay. I need to rewatch this movie. Yeah, what happened in between those scenes where he decided, yeah, you know what, I'm religious again?
There's so much of that shit in the last quarter. Like, up till then, the movie is actually, like, pretty straight-laced.
Yeah.
Again, melodrama out the wazoo, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing like, where did that come from? That just came out of nowhere. Everything's pretty, like...
For a movie involving alien invasion.
Yeah, one thing leads to another. This is a pretty straight, logical through line here. And then the third act comes around, and it's just like, fuck it.
I just imagine
these two
Will
characters
Smith crashes the ship at the end of the movie, right? And they both come out, and they both... I imagine them both wearing yarmulkes. Will Smith holding a Jewish Bible, like, that's not my thing.
So yeah, there's shit like that, you know, like all of a sudden, the Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith are pals enough for Will Smith to ask him to be his witness when Will Smith marries Vivica Fox. You know, at the end, because he's been dating her throughout the whole movie. It's been like, oh, I don't know if I want to marry her or not because she's a stripper, and also I want to get it in NASA. And as long as you mention it once, then it's okay to come back again later in the movie. Like, that seems to be Emmerich's thing in this. Is like, if you mention it once,
it's got to be brought up.
It can come back.
Yeah,
it can come back.
Everything
It'll
is a
be
Chekhov's gun. It's there's nothing wrong with marrying a stripper. Like.
No, there's not. But he's got, like, you know, it's 96. You got fucking hang-ups, you know.
The wrong hang-ups.
For days, yeah.
Poor Will Smith.
So,
and then he dies off screen. So, like...
Yeah, right? Kid, like, what did it...
Are being raised by Vivica... Oh. Does Vivica A. Fox show up in the sequel? I gotta look that up.
I actually don't know. I don't... probably not.
Probably not.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Thanks.
It could be. It could happen.
It could. I don't see her a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a lot of fun, even with
she is in
the
it.
Weird.
She is in it. Okay. So.
Oh, okay. I know quite a few people came back. Even Randy Quaid came back.
Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Pullman, I guess if you haven't seen Independence Day, Bill Pullman is the president of the United States. And
one
there's
of my
like
favorite
this...
presidents in cinema history.
Absolutely. Hanging right up there at the top.
Brent Spiner comes back. Good for him. Yeah, awesome. A lot of cast members come back.
Brent Spiner, also Data from Star Trek.
Yes. Brent Spiner.
I'm just picturing Brent Spiner's face on a spider body.
Hello and welcome to the Enterprise.
Spiner also has like the best look of a man, a science man who has been secluded in Area 51 for like 20 years straight.
He is identically replicated in Trump's doctor. He looks exactly like Trump's doctor.
Yes, he does.
The glasses, the long hippie hair, the beard. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe you stretched this out into 20 minutes, man. Good for you.
Hey, man, here we are. I'm really glad. I could probably go even longer. I could go by a beat by beat thing here if I wanted to. But anyway, so because I watched that, there was a divergence. You know, I was like, you know, you look down the two paths, the fork in the road, as it were, right? And it's like, do I go this way or that way?
A choose your own adventure, if you will.
Yes, with this way being Mars Attacks and this way being Spaceballs, and I went to Spaceballs.
Oh my god! Because
Bill Pullman.
Yeah, because Bill Pullman. Like, so you had one direction because Bill Pullman was the president in that one, and then in the other one you had Mars Attacks because it was a ensemble cast in a alien invasion.
And it's basically a riff on Independence Day.
Not Independence Day, but like 50s.
Yeah, well,
movies, but yes, same category we could even qualify. Both great choices. I personally would have picked Mars Attacks because I would have had more fun with Mars Attacks. Spaceballs, I think I've watched too many times to like enjoy it just as much as I would if I watched Mars Attacks. But
see, I think mine's inversely where I just watched Mars Attacks.
Oh, okay.
Like actually not too long.
So it was an easy choice for you.
It was like a year ago or so. And then Spaceballs, I have seen a million times, but that's like
infinitely quotable. Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah,
probably actually my favorite film from fuck, I'm totally blanking.
Wow,
on Mel Brooks. Probably my favorite Brooks film.
Really?
With Young Frankenstein giving it a pretty good run for its money.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I would put Blazing Saddles at the top.
Blazing Saddles is really good. I will give you that.
What do you hate?
Quite frankly,
hate about Blazing Saddles?
I don't. I like Blazing Saddles a lot. I just like the other two more. I think because Spaceballs is so like fucking ridiculous, and you know, like I'm such a huge Star Wars fan that like seeing that riff on it is just like I get equal enjoyment out of that because like this is just about as dumb as and the fucking alien chestburster scene too.
Hello,
like,
my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. I just like that song.
By the way, if the audio of what is happening above me is getting picked up, I apologize. Apparently there is a rager going on right now.
Oh, really?
At 2:30 on
it's July 3rd,
it's July 3rd, yeah.
It would not even surprise me if people were trying to like set off fireworks in the middle of the fucking day. That's what kind of world we live in right now.
The bass is pumping over here, so if you can hear that, I guess vibe.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm looking at my audio. It's for sure picking it up.
Are you sure? It's okay.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. So I went the Spaceballs route, and I could go on and talk about that forever, but I think I'll just leave it there. Great movie, especially if you do like the kind of Star Wars, Star Trek, any of the sci-fi kind of genre movies,
right?
Of the 70s and 80s, and you'll find a lot to like there for sure, which I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir as well. But with all that being said, that is all I watched, so I'm gonna throw it to you, sir.
So when we were talking, just like with your spiel, when we were talking before recording, we were worried that we didn't have enough that we watched to even cover a whole episode, but then I remembered that I have watched several things, and that's not a good sign for what the things that I watched. But hey, guess what? I watched them, so we're going to talk about them. The first
that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
It just means they're not as rememberable as they should.
Yeah,
be.
well, you have things that happen within the week. I forgot to mention a couple weeks back that I watched Bombshell and Promising Young Woman. So
what? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, falling in line with the theme of the show, I watched America the Motion Picture, which just dropped on Netflix a few days ago, and it's it's very odd. So like, let me click on it actually because I want to make sure I get all the details for it right. So it's like starring Channing Tatum as George Washington, but this
is the animated one, right?
Yeah, directed by Matt Thompson, who previously did like Archer, Sea-Lab 2021, a lot of animated shows. He's worked with FX a lot, but it's like basically kind of just a riff on American history, and it starts off pretty normal with like the Continental Congress all showing up to like sign the Declaration of Independence, and then they get stopped by what's his name? I literally just had it. Benedict Arnold, played by Andy Samberg, and like Benedict Arnold blows them all up and kills them all, and then he shows up in 1865 and assassinates Lincoln as well with by ripping his head off because he's a werewolf as well. And then so George Washington goes around and is recruiting like James Madison and Paul Revere and starting like the super squad to take them down, and it kind of just evolves from there. And normally I would say like, oh, this is just kind of a fun dumb humor thing, but like RoboCop shows up, fucking Jason Statham's The Transporter shows up for like a 1-bit gag, and like the jokes are funny, but it's like
chuckle funny.
It's like bro funny. It's very not hipster funny. It's
like frat
funny. Thank you. Frat comedy. I mean, it's from like the producers of Magic Mike, The Expendables, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's got a lot of talent behind it, and Jason Mantzoukas is voiced, Olivia Munn, a lot of great talent behind this. But like, it's I couldn't really laugh at any of the jokes. Like, it just didn't play off that well.
Yeah.
It might be for you, you know, if you're sitting around the TV drinking beers with your bros, enjoying the holidays, or your family, if your family are bros. Put this movie on and see how long you last. It's something. It's definitely like, hey, you know American history. If you know American history, you'll like this. Let me look at the Rotten Tomatoes score.
The thing about this, for me, the only thing I can ever think of about it is every time I see any of the promotional art or anything like that, even the trailer, George Washington looks exactly like what's his name from Venture Bros?
Brock.
Brock.
Yeah.
Brock Sampson.
Yeah, so it's definitely animated in a similar way. It's got so it's not animated like exactly like Archer, but it's got that very like traditional art style, but it's also rotoscoped to where they can like animate to look like they're moving in a realistic way.
Yeah.
Because there's like a lot of action and 3D scenes. So it's kind of jarring because you expect it to be animated a specific way, but it's kind of animated both in 2D and 3D at the same time. The Rotten Tomatoes score for audience members is 34%, and for critics it's 36%. So everyone pretty much agrees that this movie is not the best.
That's no good.
Like, it's even produced by Chris Lord and Phil Miller.
Oh, wow.
Or sorry, Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Produced.
Yeah.
Produced is
But you know that they have influence in the
I'm sure they have influence, but they probably don't have like final say if they're just like, is it executive produced or just produced?
Along with Floyd County, who produces a lot of the FX animated shows. But
I don't know what to tell you.
it's not great. You know, there's a lot of things that could definitely be used negatively when it comes to like how they portrayed certain characters. But you know, the people that are watching this are probably not the people that would throw a huge fit about it unless they decided to. I don't know. With today's politics and stuff, I won't go into all this, but it's hard to tell what's going to get canceled and what's not. Not my favorite movie, and like I said, if I didn't remember it the day after I watched it.
That's the thing too, right? If it's bad, then no one gives a shit.
Yeah. And even if it was okay, it's not going to be remembered. I'm not going to remember this 6 months from now. The other movie that I watched actually just came out in theaters this week, which is the Forever Purge.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Have you seen all the other Purge movies?
I have watched The Purge, Anarchy. I have watched the first Purge, and I started Purge Election Year, but I never finished it, which actually was the worst thing I could have done, because this is actually a direct sequel to the Purge Election Year. Because at the end of the Purge Election Year, which takes place in 2016, like the whole story centers around, and spoilers for Purge Election Year, but centers around a senator who's trying to run for office, and her whole platform is to get rid of the Purge. And so the Purge that year decides to change the rules, because normally elected officials, like at a certain level, could not be attacked or anything, but they changed the rules for that year. So Frank Grillo's character, I think he's in that one, Frank Grillo is like, all right, I'm gonna come protect her and save her, and she ends up being protected and saved and elected, and she abolishes the Purge at the end of that movie. But at this one, they just threw that out the window and said, fuck it. So she leaves office, and the people who created the Purge come back into power and start the Purge over again. The trick between this one is, the Purge happens, and it's like the first 30 or so minutes of the movie, and we're following these two characters who crossed over the border illegally but are trying to like start a life in America. And they survive their first Purge by hiding out, and then they leave to go back onto their normal lives. But then... And this all takes place in Texas, by the way, like just on the southern border, like near El Paso and all that. They find out the next day that the people who purged the night before just want to continue purging over and like forever. Purge ever after, that kind of thing. There's a lot of Nazi imagery. There's a lot of like racist imagery that's portrayed in the characters. A lot of skulls and crossbones and stuff. A lot of flaming crosses.
Hey, real quick, just to interject, I forgot to mention. Do you know what the city, the first, the one, and the only city in Independence Day to get nuked is?
Is it Los Angeles?
Nope.
No,
nuked by the American government when they're trying to defeat the aliens.
What city?
Houston, Texas.
Really?
Baby. Yeah.
Man, Texas is getting shit on. Says the Texan.
Thanks, ERCOT.
Yeah.
You bastards.
Yeah, let's blame the electricity company,
the electric grid.
Electric grid. Thank you. Yeah, let's just shit on Texas today. You know,
there's a lot that you can.
Yeah, we can
for sure.
There's a lot we can talk about. And basically, it follows. Yeah, just them trying to survive. They're basically trying to escape America back into Mexico, along with I can't remember his name. Forever.
Randy Quaid.
We can't get him out of this podcast. Josh Lucas, that's the actor's name. I can never remember his name, but he is like this ranch owner that they were working for, and he's like slightly racist, but he kind of gets redeemed over the course of the movie. Like because he gets
slight racist is redeemed over the course of an hour and a half.
Only because he gets constantly saved by the true heroes, which is played by Tenoch Huerta and Ana de la Reguera, who are just action heroes apparently when it comes to the apocalypse. And of course, with any kind of purge movie, you know, called the Forever Purge, the end result for America is not great. The characters manage to escape, and one of the pregnant characters has a baby in Mexico. So technically, the Josh Lucas's child is technically a Mexican, which is fantastic and ironic. I just laughed at that realization at the end of the movie, and then the credits rolled. I'm like, oh, okay, that was a movie. You know, I mean, if you watched any of the Purge movies, if you know what you're getting into, even the TV show, which I've heard is good,
God, I completely forgot there was a TV show.
Yeah, that ran for 2 seasons. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it definitely leads into what could technically be another Purge movie, of course. And with the low budget of this and the way that it's probably going to earn a lot of money with people returning to theaters, who knows? It's currently sitting at a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not the highest rated Purge movie.
They never really did great anyway, right?
No, because
except for the first one, I think it was around like 60 or the 70 mark.
Yeah, because
at that point it was just like a home invasion sort of movie.
And it was a new premise. It was a new idea. But now we're at the point to where like the idea of a purge is both joked about on a daily basis and scarily talked about on a daily basis when it comes to like
to the point where you have entire cities accidentally blaring the purge siren.
Yeah, that actually happened.
Yeah, several times. There's been multiple instances.
Hi, I'm an American and I need help. Just can you? Anyway.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't think it was in America. I think they were like in Italy or something.
Oh well, it wouldn't have surprised me if it happened in America. Like honestly, if somebody decided, even as a joke. But anyway, what I was going to say is if you were a fan of the previous Purge movies, it's more Purge. There's definitely a lot more jokes in this movie. It's definitely a lot more darkly humorous in this regard. You know, a lot of plays on stereotypes and all that. But not for me. Again, another movie that I forgot that I had watched prior to remembering that it was released this weekend. But, you know, you get what you pay for, and I watched it in the morning for a matinee price.
There you go. Hey, bonus.
Yeah, so that's about all I watched. I do have to apologize.
Fuck.
I fucking got you.
No.
Well. If it isn't my old nemesis. Hello, Zachary.
God damn it.
I fucking returned.
I thought you were dead.
I wasn't dead. I went vegan.
Well, it's the
same thing as death, yes. It's a joke. Vegan suck. I've returned, Zach. to do a very special holiday quiz.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Hans. I'm the quiz master. It's been actually quite a long time since I've been on the podcast. Trying to find the right time to return.
It was pleasant for me.
I figured the perfect time. No, shut up. The perfect time was to return during your nation's independence. You know.
Well, it's loud, so I guess sure.
Boom. Shock. I love the explosions. I'm an explosives expert.
Yes, you're an explosive personality, is what you are.
Hey! I've come with a quiz, Zach, and I want to see how you do. Now,
well, if history says anything, probably not very well.
Well, we will see. I threw in a couple easy ones to boost your confidence because I know how much you are on the edge, personality and health-wise, in the mind. You just kind of you're circling the drain. So I threw in a couple easy ones for you.
You're the drain, you little bastard.
So the theme of this quiz is America. So I sprinkled in a lot of different versions of each of these questions. We've got some movie questions and we've got some America questions. So let's go through them. You'll get the theme. You'll get the theme.
Is it a theme imperialistic regime?
This theme, shut up. Germany is the best. My accent is impeccable. I have definitely practiced each day.
How would you need to practice your own accent?
Shut up. I'm a real person. So let's start with question 1. We've got 20 questions, much like your favorite game, Zach. Except we're not trying to figure out one thing, except the one thing is that hopefully we can figure out if you are a true American, like me.
Yes, definitely.
The first question. This popular film features the first appearance of 2 characters who will go on to star in their very own Disney Plus show.
The movie?
These are all movies, except in reference to the question. All the answers are movies. So no TV shows.
America, Winter Soldier.
Indeed, that is a correct answer.
Hey, one on one.
Hey, so far so good. You know, out of 20 questions, you got 1. You know, they'll probably be the top. As far as you go, that
is probably true. Yes.
So, it's a 1999 movie with This is the second question. You ready?
Yes, I got
it.
Okay. Yeah.
2. This 1990 movie would later go on to win Best Picture at the 72nd Academy Awards. 1999 movie would go on to win an Academy Award for Best Picture in 2000.
Saving Private Ryan?
No, good guess though. That was nominated. I'll go ahead and give you the answer to the theme, because the theme will help you with your answers. How about that?
Okay.
It's a big push forward. All right. It'll help you a lot. Okay. So all of the answers for the movie questions will have the word America or American in the title.
American Beauty.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Could not remember what year that was.
1999. Now you know.
There you go.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey starred in that film. Personal favorite of mine. Personal favorite actor of mine.
Yeah, he would.
I'm German. Definitely a hero. Number 3.
Christ.
How many amendments does the Constitution have? Haha, I threw you. I blindsided you with an actual question that involves America.
This is not. No.
I sprinkled in actual American facts and questions with your movie questions.
This isn't fair.
It's multiple choice. It's multiple choice. I give you multiple choice, so just fucking relax. Okay, man. I don't know what that accent was. So, how many amendments does the Constitution have? Do you want to give a guess before I give it?
No,
okay.
I don't.
Is it A, 24, B, 27, C, 28, or D, 25?
25.
That is your final answer?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
It is 27.
27.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
Oh, yeah?
I almost said it, 27.
Well-
I hate this. Go away.
No, I will not. Not until you finish the quiz. That is my curse.
Get down, guys. Come on. Go, yeah, go. Shoot. Shoot. Away with you.
See, baby Z?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4. This popular teen comedy was Sean William Scott's film debut.
American Pie.
Good guess. That is the correct answer. See, I gave you some softball questions. I know how you Americans love softballs.
All this is going to prove is that I know way more about movies than I do the Constitution.
Exactly. I had a hidden ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Haha, I'm more American than you. I know about Susan B. Anthony. Okay, number 5.
Wow. What a pull.
She's a real person. Number 5. This 2000 cult classic's single biggest cost was purchasing the rights to the various songs used in the film. 2000 cult classic. Its biggest cost was buying the rights to the songs used in the film.
I'm trying to think. When did this come out? Wet Hot American Summer.
Ooh, good guess. Good guess. Incorrect.
Damn it.
American Psycho. American Psycho is the correct answer.
Yeah.
But that was a good guess. I need to look up when Wet Hot American Summer. I think that was
I think it was early 2000s, but like 2003.
it's 2001 or 2000. Yeah, around that time. It was around the King Kong Peter Jackson era, the HD
what
DVD era.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far, you're not doing terrible. You're not doing
I'm 50% there.
exactly. Well, out of 5, that's not possible. So, number 6. When was the Constitution written? Do you want to guess before I multiple choice?
No.
I'll give you bonus points.
Nope.
Okay. Multiple choice.
trick.
A. I'm a very tricky German. Number A, 1787. Number B, 1785. Number C, 1775. Number D, 1776.
What were the first two?
1787 and 1785.
87.
Ooh, good guess. Good guess. Final answer?
Yes.
Correct answer. Good job.
Yes.
1787. That's when the Constitution was written. Americans. 1776, you fucking...
They tried to trick you with that 76 one.
Well,
like,
Constitution or Declaration of Independence, who knows? 2 different documents. Also, Bill of Rights, different document. Federalist Papers, different documents.
Just going down.
I'm just saying
like
important documents in U.S. history.
The early writings of the American.
Speaking of the Federalist Papers, number 7. This film was directed by John Landis and rose to popularity with its most recent sequel.
American Werewolf in London?
That is a good guess. You are on fire with good guesses. Final answer?
Yeah.
Nope. Incorrect.
Damn it. Son of a bitch.
It's a good guess because they are both directed by John Landis. It's Coming to America. And its sequel, Coming to America, which is the worst title for a sequel.
It is absolutely.
Just like what was it? It was my favorite Jim Carrey movie is Dumb and Dumber 2, but with T.O.
Yes.
That was my favorite Jim Carrey film. Followed quickly by The Cable Guy. Number 8.
Nice.
What amendment limits the number of terms a U.S. president can serve? This is multiple choice, but I will give you a chance to guess for bonus points.
I'm never gonna guess for bonus.
Okay,
points.
well, you're a terrible American. I'll just go ahead and say that. So, is it A, 21, B, 23, C, 22, or D, 20? I did not realize I was gonna say D20. That's a Dungeons and Dragons
You
reference.
fucking nerd.
Aha! I wear glasses.
22.
22 is your final answer?
Yeah.
It's correct. Good job.
Yes.
Good job. So, I actually forgot to write down
Oh, wow.
No, write
And you're
down
the
that
quiz
you had
master.
these ones that were correct. The ones that you were correct.
my
And okay,
gosh.
just cut this.
So
We'll just cut
fucking
this part out. We'll just
master
cut this
you
part
are.
out. Shh. Consistent.
Quiz journeyman, or like, right?
What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
Or quiz apprentice. Quiz novice.
Number 9. The Federalist Papers supported. Hey, remember when I said Federalist Papers? This is callback.
did.
Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. Okay, any one of them.
Thomas Jefferson.
Final answer?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
No. You are incorrect.
Oh, away. Go. Shoot. My dog's like having a nervous breakdown over here because I won't open the door.
She is finally realizing how much you are not an American.
Yeah.
You are a spy.
Oh my God. Fine. Come here. Come here. Fucking toddler.
You can't win me over with doggy cuteness.
Well, you can't even really see it.
So number 9, you could have said James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, or Publius, which was an anonymous name that somebody wrote down.
Publius.
Publius.
It's poo.
It's always funny. Number 10. We're almost halfway done.
Thank Christ.
This American film sees Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart reunite for the second of 3 times.
American Ultra.
Good answer. Yes. We'll just go ahead and breeze through that. Not the best film, but it's a stoner action comedy, and there's not a
never
lot
saw
of them.
it.
You never saw it? Oh well, not missing out.
Okay, well, thanks. Thanks for reaffirming my choices in life.
When Jesse Eisenberg tries to attempt comedy, it does not always pan out greatly for him.
But he was so funny in Dawn of Justice, right? That was the whole point.
Number 11. This American classic was Jimmy Stewart's final role. Animated classic. How many films did Jimmy Stewart do voices for? That was a bad Jimmy Stewart. I apologize.
Oh man, I don't. Eesh.
Remember, the big clue is that it has America or American in the title.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was supposed to be a trick question. I thought for sure you were going to at least guess an American Tale.
Jimmy Stewart? Is Jimmy Stewart an American Tale?
He is actually.
five?
It was. Just let me finish. I thought you were going to guess an American Tale, knowing the clue that American was in the title and that it was an animated classic. But the trick that it was going to be American Tale Pfeiffer Goes West. A sequel.
I don't think I even really knew he was in those movies.
He was just in that one because he died.
I gotta start really paying attention to the majority of of the question because I completely blanked on an animated classic.
That's I repeated the clue and I should have paid attention. I should have repeated the animated class. I thought it was too easy. I thought it was actually an easy question.
Well,
Really?
also when your audio is cutting out every other word, I do have to decipher a little bit.
You've got to tell me.
That means we're going to spend another 15 minutes just going through each question.
Number 12.
I'll just take the L.
Name 2 acts that Britain declared that were reasons for Americans declaring independence. That's it. That's the question. Name 2 acts that Britain declared that were reasons for Americans declaring independence.
The Stamp Act and what was the Tea Act?
I'll let you have that one. It's technically it's the Tea Act. Stamp Act, the Tea Act, the Sugar Act, the Townsend Acts, and the Intolerable Acts or the cruelty acts. Good job remembering
the
those.
the cruelty curse acts.
Yes. Thank you, Harry Potter, for our American independence. Number 13. This 2000 film was directed by Ridley Scott. This 2007 film was directed by Ridley Scott.
Oh, American Gangster.
Good job.
Great film, by the way.
Great film. A little long, just a little bit bloated in the middle, but it's great. You know.
I'll take 3 hours of Denzel. You know.
I mean, I don't know about that. That's a lot.
What do you know?
I watched film. It's number 14. This 2000 film tied with The Irishman, Gangs of New York, and True Grit for third highest number of Academy Award nominations with no wins at 10.
American Graffiti.
Good guess, but no. Good no. Good guess, no. Hi, Miley. Hi, bud. Get out of there.
This is the pet podcast.
Get out of there, Marley. Hi, bud.
He's like, you steal my food. I'm not taking orders from you, you weirdo.
The answer was American Hustle. 2013, by the way, was that the beginning of the question? So maybe I should have repeated.
No, I think I did hear that. I blanked on it. It's like you get to the middle of the question, and you're like, fuck everything that came before it. That has no bearing.
All of the question is important with every quiz.
Who needs context? Not me.
That's why you lose. That's why you lose.
I'm the asshole on fucking Jeopardy or whatever who buzzes in at one letter.
Idiot. Number 15. Name 2 battles in the Revolutionary War. Any 2. I'll give you any 2. I'll even, if you want to do 2 different battles that happened at the same time, I'll say them if you don't say them. But I'll count those as 2.
Battle of Englishmen and...
Oh, sweet Lord. Revolutionary War battles. George Washington fought in... Just like, think of The Patriot. My favorite Mel Gibson movie.
I've seen The Patriot like twice, and the last time was, I think, like 2001.
So when it came out.
Yeah.
Any 2 battles. You want to give up?
Battle of Yorktown and Battle of... Does Boston Massacre count?
Jesus, no. No, that's just a massacre. That's not really a battle when one side is just civilians getting shot in the face. For, high taxes. Battle of Bunker Hill, Battle of Saratoga, Valley Forge, Yorktown, which what you said, and Lexington and Concord, which are 2 battles that were technically 1 battle, but, I would have counted it. No, you fucked that up. You fucked that up.
Yeah, that's probably the worst one. But hey, look, I have not been in school for a long time.
No excuses. This is secretly a citizenship test.
I guarantee you they are not asking what were 2 fucking...
Actually, I directly pulled these from the U.S. citizenship
test. Are you
test.
serious? That's absurd.
I'm
That's
telling
ridiculous.
you the truth. I took the harder questions, and they're not hard, because I could have answered these. Me, a German.
Oh, yeah, we'll see about that.
Number 16. This 1951 classic stars Gene Kelly and a 17-minute long dance sequence that took a month to film. Your audio cut out.
I didn't actually say anything.
Oh.
I popped my lips like a fish.
Fuck me.
Can you repeat the question?
This 1951 classic stars Gene Kelly and a 17-minute long dance sequence that took a month to film. It's a very good movie. For the final 20 minutes of the movie, there is literally no dialogue said. That doesn't help, but it's a classic Gene Kelly film.
American Badass Gene Kelly.
Wow.
Does a 17-minute dance
I
routine.
really want that film, but he's dead, so I can't get that. An American in Paris, which I highly recommend. It's a good film.
Yeah, I'm not watching that one.
You should. Find it anywhere. Number 17. In what year did women get the right to vote? And this is multiple choice, but I will give you the chance to answer for bonus points.
No.
You refuse.
Yes. It's my right.
As an American.
American right.
Refuse.
Refuse.
Yes. Number A. Or letter, whatever. I don't English. Fuck. Is it A, 1925, B, 1920, C, 1931, or D, 1936?
31.
31, is that your final answer?
Yes.
Incorrect. Yes, 1920 with the 19th Amendment. A little fun fact for you, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, a film set in Washington, D.C. An American film. Number 18. What does the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, the U.S.'s first motto, mean?
In God we trust.
Fucking no. No. Incorrect.
Why do they put it on the dollar bill?
We unfortunately live in a majority Christian country. You know, they care about one religion, really, on U.S. currency in the U.S. Mint. No, what a second guess?
No.
Out of many, one. That is the direct translation. Yes. And now you know. Fuck, you are doing so bad on this quiz. Number 19. Almost done.
I told you.
Number 19. And, you know, I'm giving you so many clues. Number 19. This cult classic made director George Lucas miss his high school reunion and is one of the most profitable movies ever made.
American Graffiti.
Yes, good answer. That's pretty easy with the George Lucas clue.
Yes, it's like American Graffiti, THX, or Star Wars.
Yes. Do you know what the budget for THX 1138 was?
Was it $1,138?
It was $77,777,777.77.
That had to have been planned.
Yes, it was exactly planned. George Lucas is an insane person. Number 20.
That's true.
This 1981 horror staple was the first film to ever win the Academy Award for Best Makeup.
American Werewolf in London.
That's
Damn it! See, like I was telling the future.
You guessed a lot of the answers for future questions earlier in this quiz, which made me a little nervous. But hey, you clutched that final part after failing so many. Zach, do you want to know how many you got right?
Yeah, sure. I guess.
You got literally 50% right.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
How many of the ones I got right were movie questions?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
only 3 of those are actually.
I didn't remember counting whether they were half movie questions and half U.S. history questions, so it's a little skewed. But hey, you know, 50% is not a passing grade, and you would have been kicked out of the United States if it was half and half.
Well, hey, joke's on you because I'm taking your spot in Germany if you're here.
I'm sorry, what? No.
Yeah.
I'm the Secretary
You're stuck
of
here
State.
now.
Yeah, you can't take my spot. I was democratically elected.
Well, and when I get over there, I'm gonna have you on my podcast, and we're gonna do a little Germany quiz.
Oh fuck. Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'll pass. Zach, if people wanted to see your results for various future quizzes, or if they just wanted to quiz you on any little extra quiz down the line and quiz you on your movie trivia for any other movie, how would they message us?
They can reach out to us on our Patreon, patreon.com/lightscameranonsense, or you can also email us at lightscameranonsense@gmail.com.
And if people wanted to purchase merch, like stickers or posters or t-shirts, where would they be able to find our merch?
Here's a quiz for you. If they wanted to be able to purchase stickers or shirts or mugs or any other sort of stuff from the Lights Camera Nonsense crew, where would they buy it from?
So you just deflected the question back onto me.
No. I just did a quiz. It's your turn for a
Fuck it,
quiz.
it's store.lightscameranonsense.com. You can buy this poster or this mug over at store.lightscameranonsense.com. But this has been Lights Camera Nonsense, keeping you updated despite our best efforts. Make sure to tune in every week for all the latest news, reviews, and what else suck. Thanks for tuning in, and I have taken Nick's spot. He is dead. I'm the new host. We'll see you next time.
This is the end of the podcast. End of the podcast.
Oh, we're not doing any more? Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Oh, wait, now they know it's me.